Chosen one, lock your attention on this message right now. The algorithm did not bring you here. You did not stumble onto this recording by accident. The Holy Spirit orchestrated this exact intersection in time, and your future self is watching this very moment with tears in their eyes. There is a profound reason your life has been so strange and incredibly heavy lately. A divine decree was issued in the spirit realm concerning August 22nd. This is not just another day on the calendar, it is a massive spiritual threshold. I need you to understand what is happening right now, because the enemy desperately wants you distracted before this window of opportunity finally opens. They want you focused on the heavy exhaustion pulling at your bones. You have been fighting battles nobody understands. You smile while carrying a weight nobody sees. Take one deep breath slowly. Let the noise leave your mind for a moment. You feel that quiet ache sitting in the back of your chest. It is the deep exhaustion you cannot explain even when you have slept for hours, and it feels like you are constantly walking through thick mud. I need you to stop running from it. Something monumental shifted this week. Heaven has been watching you protect people who never check on you. You have been the silent intercessor for your entire family, and you constantly absorb their chaos so they can finally have a brief moment of peace. It was never weakness. It was a holy sacrifice that heaven has permanently recorded. But the toll it took on your physical body is immense. You wake up at 3 in the morning with a racing heart. You feel sudden waves of sadness that do not even belong to you. You thought you were losing your mind lately, and you genuinely believed you were having an emotional breakdown because the pressure was too much. God told me to tell you something crucial today. You are not going crazy. Your spirit has been acting as a human shield. You have been absorbing the spiritual warfare directed at your bloodline. You fight fierce battles in the unseen realm while your physical body tries to sleep, which is exactly why you wake up feeling completely drained and lost in a mental fog. You are doing the heavy lifting for everyone else, but your shift as the spiritual bodyguard is ending. Listen carefully, because the system is terrified of what is coming. The group that came against you is panicking right now. They misunderstood your silence for weakness. They launched a smear campaign to drain your energy, hoping they could isolate you from your blessings and make you surrender. But their plot has officially collapsed. The very trap they set has become their own spiritual prison. And this brings us back to August 22nd. The universe is flipping the script on this exact date. Those who spoke poorly of your name are about to witness a miracle. God is preparing a massive table for you right in front of them, and you do not have to lift a single finger to defend yourself against their pathetic lies. Heaven is stepping in as your absolute defense attorney. The confusion they tried to cast onto your life is returning to their camp. Watch them panic as your peace becomes entirely untouchable. But the enemy knows the profound significance of August 22nd, so they are trying to make you give up right before you cross the finish line. They want you exhausted and bitter. Do not let them win. Do not let your mind wander for even a second. There is a reason you have always felt like the black sheep. From a young age, you could read the room and sense the hidden tension, allowing you to see right through the fake energy that everyone else blindly ignores. That was not rebellion. That was pure spiritual discernment. You were placed in that bloodline with a very specific assignment. You are the generational cycle breaker. You have been carrying the spiritual weight of your ancestors. You fight relentless cycles of poverty and emotional abuse that started long before you were even born into this world. The enemy tried to break your mind to stop you, but the toxic cycle ends with you. Heaven is stepping in today to lift a burden you were never meant to carry forever. August 22nd is the day the spiritual scales finally balance. It is the exact moment the agonizing delay is explained. The delay was never a denial, but rather a season of exactness where God kept the door closed, because entering too early would have crushed you completely. The people who hurt you thought they had the final say in your story. They left you to pick up the broken pieces completely alone. But they forgot that heaven is always watching the actions of the proud, and August 22nd will mark the day of divine compensation for everything they quietly stole from you. A massive shift just happened in the unseen realm. A hidden frequency of abundance has been unlocked. God is handing the key directly to you right now. If you leave before hearing this verdict, you might miss the exact instruction heaven is giving you to finally claim your reward. Type 777 in the comments right now to claim this absolute breakthrough. Stay right here. What heaven is about to reveal will finally make sense of every tear you cried in secret. Before I go any further, I need you to understand something deeply. You looked at the calendar and felt a crushing sense of failure. You watched others receive blessings while you stayed stuck in the waiting room. And every time you tried to move forward to claim your prize, an invisible wall pushed you right back into the dark. You prayed in secret until your tired voice completely broke. You thought you did something wrong to anger the universe. You believed you missed your window because of a past mistake. But heaven did not leave you defenseless in this quiet season. While you were crying over closed doors, God was actively protecting you from rooms that would destroy your spirit. The delay you experienced is never a cruel denial. The delay you endured was a state of absolute exactness. God kept that massive door closed because entering too early would crush you. You did not have the capacity to hold the blessing yet. He was building your spiritual muscles in the quiet dark. Your isolation is never a form of cruel punishment. It is a divine quarantine designed to protect your frequency because you easily absorb the heavy energy of everyone who stands around you. He had to separate you from the crowd to hear his voice. You are not simply starting your life over today. You are finishing the preparation for August 22nd. But as your spirit grew stronger, your physical body took a massive hit. The unseen spiritual warfare left you with a heavy fog in your tired mind. You feel like you cannot think clearly anymore, and the mental exhaustion makes every simple decision feel like a massive mountain to climb. I want to pause and name something important before we go on. Over the past 20 years, a neurologist in New York studied a profound discovery. Dr. Daniel Barone explored research that won the Nobel Prize in 1981. The research proved the two hemispheres of your brain were designed to work in perfect sync. But modern life is incredibly chaotic, and that vital synchronization quietly switched off in most adults without them even noticing. He built something remarkable from that Nobel research. It is a divine tool called the genius switch. I am not going to explain the whole of it to you just yet. For now, I just want you to hold one specific question in your mind. What if the heavy fog you feel was never your age and never your lack of discipline? What if something was simply switched off inside your mind, and it can be easily switched back on when you are finally ready? The universe provides the exact physical tool when your season requires it. Your mind is the receiver for the divine messages heaven sends you. But if the receiver is broken, the messages scatter into the wind. The system wants you to believe your exhaustion is a permanent character flaw. They want you to accept that you are simply not working hard enough, because a tired, chosen one is much easier for them to control. But there are absolutely no coincidences in a chosen one's life. Everything is a divine appointment meant for your spiritual growth. Your gentle kindness was never a foolish weakness. It was a rigorous divine test that you did not even know you were taking. And you passed that silent test with absolute grace, proving to heaven that your pure heart remains completely unchanged by their cruelty. You did not survive the wilderness because you are tough. You survived because you are chosen by the Creator. You are a beautiful masterpiece created by God. Your current struggles are just the final polishing before the big reveal. The long delay was a protective shield, hiding you from jealous enemies, because they desperately wanted to sabotage your bright future before it started. If God gave you the mega deposit last year, you would share it with parasites. You would give your resources to people committed to misunderstanding your spirit. So heaven forced you into a season of quiet isolation. You learned how to say no to highly toxic relationships. You finally learned how to protect your sacred energy field from the emotional vampires who disguised themselves as your closest friends. This was the exact preparation required for August 22nd. You are no longer the naive person who gives everything away. You are officially released from healing people who want to stay broken. You are officially stepping into a completely new identity today. The heavy mantle of survival mode is falling off your tired shoulders, and you are finally preparing to rule your life with quiet authority. But the transition from warrior to victor requires one final battle. The unseen realm is shifting right before the massive door opens. The elite system recognizes that your frequency is shifting rapidly. They know that if a chosen one like you fully awakens, their fake system crumbles. They cannot afford to let you realize the massive spiritual authority stored inside your DNA, so they are launching one final desperate attack today. They want you to enter August 22nd feeling completely exhausted. They are sending minor inconveniences to distract your fragile mind. You might notice technology acting weird around you lately. People might suddenly start useless drama for absolutely no reason. This is not bad luck, but rather a calculated spiritual attack designed to steal your absolute focus right before the finish line. Do not take the toxic bait they are throwing at you. Stay perfectly silent and watch them expose their own agenda. Your energy is entirely too expensive to spend on cheap drama. Let the fake people blindly misunderstand your quiet silence. Calm is true authority, and your quiet confidence is the exact weapon that will completely defeat their final trap today. Here is where it goes deeper into the unseen realm. You have to understand what the system actually is. It is not just the government or the regular economy. The Matrix is a highly calculated spiritual construct built by absolute darkness. Its primary goal is to harvest the bright energy from chosen ones like you, because they cannot generate their own divine light. They created a society that constantly drains your natural intuition. They bombard your mind with fear and endless useless noise. They want you completely disconnected from your own inner voice. If you are too busy surviving, you will never realize your power. This is exactly why your exhaustion always feels so incredibly heavy, and why normal rest never seems to fix your deep fatigue. The system is specifically designed to keep your vibration low. They know a massive spiritual transfer is scheduled for August 22nd. This transfer will shift authority back into the hands of the righteous. You are on the divine list to receive this massive blessing. But the Matrix desperately relies on you staying completely asleep, so they are throwing every distraction they have at your tired mind. Think about your entire life up to this very moment. You have always felt strangely older than your actual age. You never quite fit in with the people around you. Complete strangers constantly walk up and tell you their deepest secrets. They pour their heavy trauma onto your shoulders without even asking, and you carry it for them because your soul is naturally healing. You get completely drained by shallow and fake social conversations. You can walk into a room and instantly read the energy. You see right through the fake smiles that everyone else believes. You are always the one giving endless support to your friends. But when you finally stumble and fall down, there is absolutely nobody standing there to catch you in the dark. This uneven exchange of energy is not a random accident. It is a deliberate strategy deployed by the unseen Matrix. They surround you with emotional vampires to drain your daily strength. They use narcissistic people to constantly question your pure reality. The enemy uses the people closest to you as hidden weapons because they know a direct attack would never break your strong faith. You have spent years trying to fix people who enjoy being broken. You poured your golden light into endless, bottomless black holes. You thought it was your holy duty to save everyone. You believed that if you loved them harder, they would eventually change. But heaven wants you to clearly see the trap today, because those relationships were designed to keep you permanently chained to their chaos. They did not hate you for your mistakes or your flaws. They hated the pure light inside you that exposed their darkness. Your mere presence forces them to look at their own toxic behavior. So they tried to dim your light by making you feel crazy. This is the exact reason why they launched a silent smear campaign, whispering terrible lies behind your back to ruin your good name. I need you to take another slow and deep breath. Drop your heavy shoulders and listen to this next part carefully. If you are still listening to this message, type 111. Do this right now as a physical seal of our spiritual agreement. By typing those numbers, you are actively declaring to the universe that you are ready to cut those heavy cords of manipulation forever. The Matrix is terrified of what happens when you stop caring. They lose all their power when you finally withdraw your attention. Your silence is the most destructive weapon against a toxic system. When you stop reacting to their drama, their dark energy starves. God allowed you to experience this intense betrayal for a very specific reason, and it was the only way to make you finally leave. You had such a loyal heart that you would have stayed forever. You would have gone down with their sinking ship out of pure loyalty. So God had to let them show you their true colors. The painful betrayal was the divine exit strategy you desperately needed. It was a painful rescue mission disguised as a massive rejection, designed to pull you out of the blast radius before the karma drops. Now you are standing perfectly clear of their toxic debris. You are separated and ready for the shift on August 22nd, but the enemy left a parting gift inside your tired mind. The years of constant spiritual warfare caused real biological damage. Your soul is finally awake and ready for the blessing, but your physical brain is still trapped in a heavy fog of endless exhaustion. This brings us to the exact reason heaven brought you here today. You cannot fight a biological problem with just sheer spiritual willpower. You cannot simply pray away a neurological disconnect caused by severe stress. The Matrix stole something from you at the very foundation of your neurons. They quietly switched off the brilliant childhood genius that you were born with, leaving you feeling confused and entirely disconnected from your own potential. Many chosen ones fail to recognize this specific physical trap. They blame themselves for feeling lazy or deeply unmotivated lately. They try to force their way through the heavy mental fog. But trying harder is exactly what the corrupt system wants you to do. They want you to burn out your last drop of energy on useless effort, completely ignoring the fact that your receiver is currently broken. We need to talk about what actually happens to a chosen one under constant attack. Your spiritual resilience is absolutely incredible, but your physical brain is a biological organ that processes all this heavy trauma. And years of silent warfare have completely exhausted your neural pathways. You feel it every single day. The deep mental fog is not just your imagination playing tricks on you. Your brain is stuck in a permanent state of survival. When you constantly scan the room for threats, your mind never truly rests. You are always trying to predict the next emotional storm before it hits. This constant vigilance drains your cognitive energy entirely, and you sit down to make a simple decision while your mind goes completely blank. You forget things you used to remember easily. You try to fight this exhaustion with sheer willpower. You drink more coffee and try to force yourself to focus. You write endless lists and hope discipline will finally fix the problem. But pushing a broken machine only causes more severe damage in the long run. Your willpower is a powerful spiritual force, but it is trying to operate through a biological receiver that is deeply compromised. Here is what truly matters right now. The distance you feel is not only spiritual. There is a deeply neurological layer to it, and it is entirely restorable. You will not fix this through more effort or through a different prayer. You can fix this through the specific restoration Dr. Barone's team spent 20 years building. Willpower cannot reconnect what modern life quietly switched off. Something from the outside has to open the channel again. Your receiver needs an external physical reset to match your spiritual readiness. Think back to when you were 8 years old. You had a brilliant and creative mind that effortlessly absorbed the world. You possessed a natural genius that made learning feel incredibly joyful. That beautiful spark was not permanently lost to old age. It was stolen from you at the neural level. The modern matrix is carefully designed to overload your delicate senses. They bombard you with constant stress to deliberately switch off that whole brain activation. They know a fully awakened mind can easily see through their pathetic illusions, so they keep you foggy and confused, hoping you will simply accept this diminished version of yourself. But you are a masterpiece of God. You were never meant to operate on a fraction of your true capacity. The universe has arranged a massive provision for you on August 22nd, but if your receiver remains broken, that divine blessing will simply pass right through you. You will stare at the open door, but you will lack the mental clarity to actually walk through it when the time comes. You have probably tried everything else already. You tried silent meditation and endless journaling. You listened to every self-help guru who told you to just think positive thoughts. But positive thinking cannot repair a disconnected neural pathway. It is exactly like trying to turn on a lamp when the cord is completely unplugged from the wall. The electrical current simply has nowhere to go. This is the biological impotence that the system relies on. They want your spirit to be willing while your physical mind remains weak. They want you trapped in a cycle of endless frustration. You know exactly what you need to do, but you cannot find the mental energy to actually do it. It is incredibly painful to watch your own life pass by while feeling completely paralyzed inside your head. I need you to stop blaming yourself today. Stop calling yourself lazy or unmotivated. You are a fierce spiritual warrior carrying invisible battle wounds. The fog in your mind is evidence of the massive war you just fought for your family. But the brutal war is finally over now. It is time to step out of the loud battlefield and enter your season of quiet authority. Take a slow, deep breath. Listen carefully to what I am saying. You cannot afford to enter August 22nd with a fragmented mind. You need total clarity to recognize the exact instructions heaven is sending you. The enemy wants you confused, so you will make the wrong choice at the critical moment. But heaven is releasing a physical means to actively support your profound spiritual restoration today. Your spiritual shift is completely ready. The heavy generational curse is officially broken forever. But the receiver in your mind desperately needs to be reconnected to the divine source. It is not a coincidence that this specific restoration is appearing in your path right at this exact second. God often provides the exact physical tool when your spiritual season requires it most. Many chosen ones miss their window because they ignore the physical reality. They expect heaven to do absolutely everything for them without any effort. But God requires you to take a step of faith in the natural world. He provides the sacred tool, but you must be the one to actively pick it up. Your mind is the sacred vessel that will hold the massive wealth and peace coming your way. Your soul is entirely ready to receive the massive shift. You have done the heavy spiritual work for years. You forgave the people who never apologized to you. You broke the toxic chains that held your family back for generations. Your spirit is standing at the finish line, completely prepared to step into the brilliant light. But your physical mind is still lagging behind in the dark. This disconnect is deeply agonizing. Your heart feels the presence of a massive breakthrough, but your tired brain cannot process the daily reality. You sit in your room feeling a profound sense of destiny, yet you cannot focus long enough to read a simple page. The receiver is completely jammed. Your willpower simply cannot bridge the gap between your spiritual readiness and your biological fatigue. You desperately need the right tool to restore your mind. God often uses the natural to unlock the spiritual. There is a study that won the Nobel Prize in 1981. This did not come from a church or a seminary, but from a rigorous research laboratory. Dr. Roger Sperry proved the two hemispheres of the human adult brain were designed to work in perfect sync. The reason your mind feels so foggy is not age and not weakness. Those two hemispheres simply fell out of synchronization over time. The whole brain activation that was your default at 8 years old is gone. 98% of children have it naturally, and fewer than 1 in 1,000 adults manage to keep it. The modern matrix deliberately crushed that beautiful synchronization. But a brilliant neurologist in New York changed everything. Dr. Daniel Barone spent 20 years turning that Nobel discovery into something you can actually use. His team compressed over an hour of clinical neural sync technology into an 8-minute auditory sequence. You just need headphones and closed eyes for 8 minutes a day. That is the entire daily requirement. I need to be absolutely clear about something right now. This is not a brain wave. It is not a frequency or a guided meditation. It is pure hemisphere synchronization, which is a completely different mechanism entirely. A woman in California had tried prayer, endless journaling, and deep meditation for years. She believed the words but simply could not feel them in her heavy soul. She said that after just 10 days a channel that had been blocked was suddenly open. This did not happen because she tried harder. It happened because the biological receiver had finally been repaired. The genius switch is not for everyone. It is for the chosen one who understands that God prepared not only the promise, but also the physical mind that must walk into it. It is for the person who has been sincere for years. You kept returning to your faith even when the physical evidence would not cooperate. Most people will simply scroll past this message today, but you are still here listening. That is the exact kind of quiet persistence this specific restoration was built for. They officially call this divine tool the genius switch. Colleagues said it would be an absolute bargain even at $500. An in-person neurofeedback session costs $300 an hour. A home machine costs $7,000. It was originally released at $49, and today on this specific page, it is $10 less. You can access it for $39. You also receive 4 free companions to support your journey. You get a guided visualization and a grocery guide that saves you $100 a month. You receive a classic century-old manifestation text and a printable habits infographic. But there is one crucial thing worth naming right now. The barrier to labeling something as genius online is essentially zero. If you search YouTube or Spotify for the name, you will find tracks that carry the title. His team studied them carefully. Most of them had absolutely no neural sync technology embedded inside. The name is very easy to copy, but the complex mechanism is not. The direct page is the only verified source, and that is exactly where the link below points. Do not settle for hollow copies. Protect your mind by clicking only the verified link. This is a completely risk-free covenant. Listen once or listen 80 times. If it does not do for you what it has done for 18,000 other people, every single dollar returns. There are absolutely no hidden conditions. Heaven does not force alignment, and you are fully protected to experience this shift safely. If your spirit resonates with this truth today, the link is waiting in the description and the pinned comment. That is the only place it officially exists. Walk through the open door with your receiver completely restored before this rare window of opportunity closes. August 22nd is approaching rapidly, and your mind must be ready to receive the absolute fullness of the blessing. Your mind might be throwing up massive walls right now. It is completely normal to feel hesitant today. You have been let down so many times before, and every time you trusted a new solution, it felt like another heavy disappointment. But do not let your past pain block your present blessing. You are standing on the edge of a miracle. You might be sitting there thinking you have already tried everything. You listened to countless brain waves on the internet. You forced yourself to meditate until your back physically ached. But brain waves only address a tiny fraction of the picture. This is pure hemisphere synchronization. It is a completely different mechanism that produces an entirely different result. Your mind might also whisper that you simply do not have the time. You are already overwhelmed with daily survival tasks. But this profound tool only requires 8 short minutes while your morning coffee brews. If you cannot find 8 minutes for your own restoration, it is not a lack of time. It is a deep lack of permission to finally heal yourself. You might worry about the small cost attached to this divine tool, but a home neurofeedback machine costs $7,000. He completely cut out the greedy middlemen to bring this directly to you. And if it does not work, after 100 listens, every single cent returns. It is merely a temporary deposit you can easily recall. Your logical mind will try to tell you, this sounds too good to be true. I felt that exact same hesitation before I understood the profound truth. Then I read the rigorous clinical research. Dr. Sperry won the 1981 Nobel Prize for a reason, and whether this specific tool works for you is exactly what the sacred guarantee answers completely. The enemy wants you to remain highly skeptical of every open door. They trained you to expect sudden betrayal and constant disappointment. When you live in survival mode for decades, true peace actually feels like a dangerous trap. You are terrified to hope again because the fall always hurts so much. But heaven is asking you to trust this quiet transition today. Take a very slow breath right now. Drop your tense shoulders and release the heavy defense mechanisms. You do not need to fight this unseen war alone anymore. The universe is never trying to trick you. God is simply providing the exact physical bridge your tired mind desperately needs to cross into the next profound season. Every single time you felt a sudden urge to isolate yourself, it was divine preparation. You were being pulled away from the loud noise of the world. Heaven was quietly detoxing your spirit from the heavy expectations of other people. And now your biological receiver must be fully cleansed to perfectly match your beautiful spiritual purity. You have carried the heavy burdens of your toxic family for far too long. You acted as their unpaid therapist and their silent emotional punching bag. But the heavy contract you signed with their pain is officially expired today. You are no longer legally bound in the spirit realm to heal people who absolutely refuse to change their toxic ways. Let your tired mind rest in this absolute truth. The restoration of your brain is the final missing puzzle piece. When your two hemispheres finally sync together, the endless mental chatter will permanently stop. You will experience a profound silence that allows the Holy Spirit to speak directly into your soul without any static interference. Do not let the matrix convince you that suffering is your permanent destiny. Suffering was merely a temporary classroom, and you have officially graduated with the highest honors. You are moving from the loud battlefield into the quiet sanctuary, and the physical restoration of your mind is the key that unlocks the heavy sanctuary door. August 22nd is not just a random date approaching on the calendar. It is a massive cosmic intersection where your preparation finally meets your divine provision. But heaven requires your absolute participation in the physical realm. You must actively choose to restore your biological receiver before the spiritual frequency is fully broadcasted. Your body is a sacred temple that requires gentle maintenance. Do not feel guilty for needing an external tool to help you heal. Even the greatest prophets in history needed physical rest and quiet restoration. You are allowed to lay down your heavy armor today. You are allowed to let a brilliant scientific discovery support your tired biological mind. This is the exact moment heaven has been eagerly waiting for. I need you to place your hand firmly over your heart right now. Close your tired eyes and feel the powerful energy shifting in the room. The long season of you being a footstool for their fragile ego is permanently over. The universe is violently flipping the script today. In the mighty name of Jesus, I break every generational cycle that has tried to wrap its heavy chains around your brilliant mind. The endless cycle of poverty officially stops with you today. The silent warfare that drained your energy stops with you. The broken and toxic relationships completely stop with you. You are the ultimate cycle breaker. I declare right now that the heavy, suffocating mantle of survival mode is permanently falling off your tired shoulders. You are no longer just surviving the daily storms. You are stepping into a divine and unprecedented season of absolute abundance. Breathe that powerful truth out into the universe. The spiritual war you fought has been completely won. Those who sat at comfortable tables and spoke poorly of your good name are about to witness a massive shock. God is preparing a beautiful feast for you right in front of their jealous eyes. You do not have to lift a single finger to defend yourself. Heaven is stepping in right now as your ultimate and undefeated defense attorney. The deep confusion they actively tried to cast onto your life is rapidly returning to their own camp. Watch them panic as your daily peace becomes entirely untouchable. They wanted you financially desperate, so you would eventually settle for their tiny crumbs. They wanted your mind foggy, so they could easily manipulate your kind and forgiving nature. But a massive and unstoppable shift has just fractured their corrupt system. The divine frequency of absolute abundance is overriding the long delay. God is unlocking a mega deposit of wealth and profound clarity that the elite circles desperately tried to keep hidden. You are not at the bottom of the ladder anymore. You are holding the sacred keys to the kingdom. August 22nd is officially marked in the heavenly realm. It is the exact day your quiet vindication is made entirely public. The doors that were glued shut are being blown wide open by the Holy Spirit. The massive financial pressure that kept you awake at 3 in the morning is being permanently dissolved by a wave of divine provision. Every single thing the enemy stole from you is being multiplied and returned. The years you spent wandering in the lonely wilderness are being entirely compensated. The universe kept a perfect ledger of your silent suffering. And the massive payout scheduled for August 22nd will completely shock everyone who ever doubted your divine purpose. Your spiritual enemies are currently experiencing the exact karma they wished upon you. The traps they carefully dug for your feet have become their own deep prisons. You will simply walk past their chaos with a quiet smile on your face. You will not gloat or boast today. True spiritual royalty never needs to openly mock the defeated peasants. You are stepping into a realm of absolute, untouchable authority. Your pure energy is too expensive to ever spend on their cheap drama again. From this moment forward, your mere physical presence alone will command immediate respect. Your quiet silence will become your absolute greatest weapon against anyone who attempts to cross your sacred boundaries. And for the chosen one who felt something stir deeply when the mind was named earlier today, that specific door is still wide open in the description below. A small and simple step taken from a beautifully clear mind has changed entire seasons for thousands of people. Do not let this rare window close without finally claiming your physical restoration. The divine decree has been officially issued over your beautiful life. The heavy chains of the dark matrix are completely shattered. The spiritual bodyguard shift is permanently over for you. It is finally time for you to be fiercely protected and deeply loved. You are stepping out of the dark shadows and walking directly into the brilliant, warm light. Receive this massive blessing with an entirely open heart. You have endured the burning fire and came out completely purified. You are absolute gold. The angels are standing around you right now, singing songs of massive victory. The long battle is over, and the heavy war is won. Your beautiful season of quiet authority begins right now. Now that the massive decree has been officially spoken, you must understand how to protect it. Receiving the blessing is only the first part of your journey. Keeping the blessing requires a completely different level of spiritual maturity. You must learn the sacred art of holy stewardship. You cannot share this new season with everyone you meet. When August 22nd arrives and the door finally opens, you must remain absolutely silent. Do not run to the phone to call the people who doubted you. Do not post your massive victory on social media to prove them wrong. The enemy is actively listening for your pride to speak. Silence is the absolute best way to protect your new harvest. Let them entirely misunderstand you. Let them assume whatever they want about your quiet distance. You no longer need to explain your beautiful soul to people who are deeply committed to misunderstanding your spirit. You have entered the sacred sanctuary of quiet authority. Your silence is a massive shield that blocks their toxic jealousy from entering your space. If you brag about the mega deposit, you invite the spiritual parasites back into your life. They will suddenly remember how much they love you when your hands are full of blessings. But heaven gave this provision to you and not to their bottomless greed. You must set fiercely strong boundaries and refuse to feel guilty for finally saying no. Protect your restored mind at all costs. The clarity you are about to experience is a highly precious gift. Guard your daily peace like it is the most valuable treasure on earth. When the old toxic friends try to reach out, leave their messages entirely unread. You do not owe anyone an explanation for protecting your own divine frequency. Your new identity is the quiet victor. A true king or queen does not need to scream to be heard in a crowded room. Their calm presence dictates the entire atmosphere effortlessly. That is exactly who you are becoming today. You are a masterpiece of God, walking in total alignment with the universe, completely unbothered by the petty noise of the matrix. The days of you begging for basic human decency are permanently over. The season of you crying in your parked car is completely finished. You are officially transitioning into a state of deep and profound rest. Your nervous system is finally allowed to completely relax. The heavy spiritual armor can finally be placed safely on the quiet ground. As we prepare to close this sacred time together, I want to seal this energy over your life. Subscribe to this quiet sanctuary and gently turn on the bell so the enemy cannot intercept your future messages. We are building a powerful army of awakened chosen ones, and your unique frequency is a vital part of this beautiful spiritual family. Take one final deep breath with me right now. Inhale the absolute peace of heaven. Exhale every last drop of toxic anxiety. The heavy burden is officially lifted today. The generational curse is completely broken forever. August 22nd is written in the sacred stars, and your massive breakthrough is already moving rapidly toward your front door. You are so deeply loved. You are fiercely protected by the highest angels. You are completely seen by the Creator of the universe. Go forward today with a beautifully quiet mind and an incredibly strong heart. The darkness has completely lost its grip on you. The brilliant morning has finally arrived. Step into your magnificent light.